Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. And today's a special day. It's Story Day, and I'm going to just do this particular recording for this one story, which is so beautiful and deep. I recommend it to anybody who's involved in a couple's relationship. It's called Skeleton Woman. It's an Inuit story that I picked up from Clarissa Pinkola Estes' book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, which I recommend certainly for every woman because it lays bare the heroine journey. You don't have to look at patriarchy and the hero journey. And then it's also about relationship, the importance of marrying the life, death, life mother. Anyway, here's how it goes. I don't know for what reason, but once there was a father who was so enraged with his daughter that he threw her off a cliff and she drowned in the bay below. And after a while being there, all the different fish, crustaceans, and other animals kind of like ate her flesh away and just made their home in her bones. And so that's how it went. And hunters used to go into the bay, but then they felt that there was one area that was haunted, so they kept away from it. But one hunter didn't know about this, and he went out into that bay, and he was really looking for a big catch. He was hungry and lonely, but what are you going to do? You got to work to live out there. So he threw out his fishing line, and then unbeknownst to him, the hook got caught underneath the rib cage of, we'll call her now, Skeleton Woman. And when he felt the pull, he said, I got a big one now. We're always hoping to get that big fish, but we often don't realize what we're going to pull up is more than we had intended to catch. And so he starts reeling her in, and unbeknownst to him, the whole head of Skeleton Woman starts coming up out of the water with her golden teeth and moss and algae growing all over her. And when he scooped his net, he turned around to get his net to scoop up. When he saw the Skeleton Woman, he went, "Aye!" And he freaked out completely. So he turned around, he grabbed his paddle, and he started paddling his kayak insanely. But he didn't realize that his fishing line was connected to the rib cage. So she came up out of the water completely, and there she was, like flopping with her arms and legs like this as he was going around. He turned around to look, and he saw her. Aye! He freaked out. So he made it all the way to the land. He grabbed his fishing pole, and he started running back on the land with his mucklucks. And he didn't realize that the fishing line was still connected to her. So he was pulling her along as she was like going like that. As she passed by the village, she grabbed a handful of dried fish and started eating it herself. He was freaked out. He didn't know what to do. And so, not realizing he was still connected to her, he jumped into his igloo and went in head first like that and pulled everything in with him. His heart was throbbing. It was incredible. Oh, my God. So he took a lock of his own hair and he hit his flint knife and he made a little fire to warm himself. And then as he looked around, he saw Skeleton Woman over there in the corner. Aye! But she wasn't doing anything. In fact, her head was this way, her arm was this way, her leg was crossed over the other way. She looked kind of helpless, and he realized he wasn't moving, she wasn't doing anything aggressive or negative to him. And all of a sudden, a kind of burst of compassion and kindness came over him. And he went over to her, and just like a mother would cater to a child's need, he sang a little song as he tried to replace the bones. Na na, na na, na na, na na. And he put her all right, so the head and the chest and the arms and the pelvis and the legs were all like in place like that. And then when it looked like she looked like just a normal skeleton and not so freaky, he fell asleep because he was kind of exhausted of the whole experience. Now, Skeleton Woman realized he was asleep. She was looking around the igloo, and then she saw that a tear fell from his eyes. You know how sometimes you're sleeping, you're dreaming, and your eyes clear themselves, or you have a dream. Who knows what was the reason? But when she saw that tear, she realized, I am so thirsty. Oh my God, I've been under the seawater for a long time. I'm so dehydrated. So she crawled over to him. She crawled over to him, and then she put her lips right next to his eye. And she drank that tear like it was a gigantic lake. Oh my gosh, slacked her thirst. And then she got so inspired by doing that, all of a sudden, she grabbed under his rib cage with her hand, and she put it in and pulled out his heart. And there was his heart beating. Boom, 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 boom. And with the heartbeat as a kind of shamanic drum, she started chanting in her own way. Flash, flash. And all of a sudden, skin started coming all over her body. Her hair started growing really long. And the more she kept chanting her mantra, flash, all of a sudden she turned into this beautiful, exquisite Eskimo woman with beautiful straight hair, beautiful skin, breasts enough to feed 12 babies, ample hips, just the kind of perfect mate you would want if you were an Eskimo man. And then all of a sudden she put the heart back into his chest and she slipped under the covers with him. And when he heard somebody die, he woke up, but it wasn't Skeleton Woman. It was this beautiful Eskimo woman. Oh, and of course, what could he do? Well, they danced all through the night, as you could say. And after they coupled, they did it again. And then they left. And legend has it that that hunter never had to worry about finding food again, because Skeleton Woman had a lot of friends down there, and they always guided her to the best places to hunt and learn how to sustain your existence. Once you marry the not beautiful, and the life, death, life mother comes into your life. Have a great day.